Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our super guide for Lady Deathwhisper, the third real boss of the Frozen Throne Ice Crown adventure. Her main thing is just that she has a lot of health, 120 health together with her armor. And she keeps setting your minions to 1 health, damaging them. Which makes it really hard to keep big minions out that can actually destroy her. But you are given a tool, which is a dragon with 30 attack, that if you can heal up to full health, you can take her down. Now don't think about taunting it up, then they will kill it, instead of it being that it can't take damage through attacking. But the easiest way to beat her is build a priest deck. Priest has so much healing, easy ways to be able to heal that dragon to its 5 health, and punch her in the face for 34 times. Might need a little bit of extra because she does have a bit of life gain. Then there are fun ways, like milling her with Rogue. Milling all 120 health was a challenge I set myself, and it was doable. Now in other classes, it's a little bit harder to keep healing that dragon, but one neutral common card that gets the job done is Hosen Healer. So we find ourselves playing that in all the other classes to be able to heal up the dragon a couple times to get him 60 damage. And if you want to go all in on that strategy, you can play bounce effects, where you play the Hosen Healer, immediately bounce it so that you can play it again to get the same effect. That said, let's take a look at the specific decks I used. First off is Druid, and we see here the Hosen Healers. That'll get you in 60 damage. Then you have tools like Living Mana to fill the board. Yes, she can set them to 1 health, but it's a big board that can deal with her minions and keep dealing damage. Otherwise, you have defensive tools like Sludge Belcher to prevent you getting run over. Some draw. Lich King, you can do a nice buff across your board depending what you get. Alexstrasza for some extra damage or healing yourself up. Other than that, it's a pretty standard Druid deck. Starfalls together with Swipes, she can kind of generate a little bit of a wide board, so that helps you clean up her board. You can obviously throw in Jade Idols to keep getting bigger and bigger attack threats out. Obviously, they still get set to 1 health, so they're not easy to keep around, but it's another tool always at your disposal with Druid. The Hunter deck I used is in it for the long haul. We find ourselves with some repeated healing just so that you can survive. So even things like Voodoo Doctors, Gadgets on, Socialites, things where their utility is not really relying on their health total. Earthen Ring Farseers, we're trying to stay alive. We have the Hosen Healers for extra damage, Healbot for heal. But the real long game, we're relying on Deathstalker Rexall to be able to come up with big beasts in the late game that have good effects, that keep us in the hunt, and eventually just outlast Lady Deathwhisper. The Mage deck I used is primarily just trying to stall to get Frost Lich Jane out. Once she is out, you can keep pinging off her things, even pinging off your own things because they're set to 1 health. Keep getting Water Elementals out, which will keep gaining you life. Polymorphs deal with their minions if you need to. Ping that off to get another Water Elemental. We cheat out, of course, Ice Barrier and Ice Block with our Mad Scientists. Medivh's Valets do damage with that. We have a bunch of AoE with big tools like Meteors, Flame Strikes, Flame Lancers, to just be able to deal with anything that gets out there, even if it's been buffed by Shadow Ascendants. And the Lich King we're putting in almost every deck, just gives you a lot of powerful cards. Anti-Magic Shell can help Death and Decay to deal with her board, and it's always good for the little interactions they built in where these bosses greet their master. Paladin continues the trend of running Hosen Healers. It again includes heal. You're looking to double up on your heals to get the dragon to full health, so Voodoo Doctor plus Gadgets on Socialite can do it. So pair these up, that's twice. The Hosen Healers are 4 times. That can give you your 4 attacks with the 30 damage dragon to do 120 damage. But you do need to survive that way. We have solid 1-drops like Righteous Protector, doesn't get hurt by her hero power. Forbidden Healing in the late game, once you do stabilize, can buy you 20 health potentially. Black Knight, as she does run taunt minions, I think it's like Sarah Knight Chain Gang, stuff like that. Blessed Champion to also potentially, if you do heal up the dragon and have the mana, you can double it up to do 60 damage. And actually you can do this at any point. It doesn't have to be on the same turn, because it can just sit there at 60 and eventually 120. So this is a fun way to be able to take her out in one big shot. But like I said at the beginning, Priest by far is the easiest way to kill her. Just so many tools. Circle of Healing, Binding Heal, Flash Heal, Light of the Naru plus your hero power. These are all 3 mana or less ways, 2, 4, 6, 8 cards that can heal up that dragon to be able to punch her in the face for 30. Northshire Cleric's a good one because she automatically sets it to 1. You can then do things like Circle of Healing. You also draw 2 cards while punching her in the face for 30. Shadow Visions to search for even more heal. And even ERF combines with your hero power. Greater Healing Potion, you know, can either heal the dragon to deal 30 damage if you need it, or heal yourself if you're just low on life. A bit of AoE with Holy Nova. Velen to be able to double up on some of your healing if necessary. You can play Velen and heal the dragon, yet another way to heal it back up to full in one swipe. But you can also heal yourself if necessary. Priest, the most powerful deck by far for taking her down. For Rogue, while I did include Hosen Healers, the way I really wanted to do this was fatiguing her for all 120 health. And as you can see from the screenshots, I actually managed to pull it off. You do have your tools like Val Spines, your ways to bounce things with Shadow Steps. It can be really good with Val Spines, or Reno Jackson. You have to draw through a lot of your deck, because clearly it's not a Highlander deck. There's tons of duplicates, but the idea is just once you've drawn through your whole deck, Reno will heal you back to full. You can play it again with your Shadow Step. Valera the Hollow buys you a turn and lets you double up on a bunch of things, like Cold Light Oracles. You can, you know, it's hard work because you need to get through a lot of her health, but as you can see, you can indeed beat her, go through all 120 of her health with Milrogue. In the case of Shaman, the package we're looking to defeat her with essentially, in addition to our Hosen Healers, is Jinyu Water Speakers, similar to Hosen Healer, a Shaman card that can just restore the health directly, and Wind Speakering your dragon at some point, so that it can, every time you do heal it, and there isn't a taunt up, do 60 damage on that turn. We have some additional maintenance tools like Stampeding Kodo. Scarlet Crusader ends up being a good early game minion to challenge her board, given that it doesn't kind of lose any of its power from her hero power, putting it to 1 health. Healing Wave to buy you time, Lightning Storms and Maelstrom Portals, and Evolve, just tons of ways to deal with her board because she does tend to go wide, which can be annoying. Hexes to deal with anything big or annoying, like the 5/5 dragon, what's called Cobalt Scalebane. And that's pretty much the deck. Ancestral Knowledge for card draw, Thelnos to combo with the Maelstrom Portals or Lightning Storms as you need. Warlock is where I started experimenting with not only having the Hosen Healers, but rather than trying to heal your dragon additional ways, actually being able to bounce the Hosen Healer with Youthful Brewmasters. Sorry about that. You have a lot of heal with your heal bots, your Reno. You can Brewmaster your Reno if you really need to, but it's not preferred. And then Blood Reaver Gul'dan, just such a powerful Death Knight. Once you get to that, you can, you know, kind of just like out-fatigue her because you have 6 health swing every turn you use it. You can maintain her board easily. Just super powerful if you can survive to that. The warrior deck I used, I'll be honest, is one of the more challenging ones to actually get a win with. It's relying on, it's kind of looking to just stall the game by getting a Justicar throughout heart out, armoring a ton, using your goal health to maintain her board, be able to get through taunts when you finally can Hosen Healer your, what's it called, your dragon. You're again looking to bounce those with Youthful Brewmasters and Ancient Brewmasters, so you want to play it and bounce it in the same turn, so that you can apply it again when you have another bounce effect, so that you can get in all the heal applications. You need to basically play Hosen Healer twice of its own accord if you draw both, and then bounce it twice, or play it once and bounce it 3 times to be able to get enough damage in. Volatile Elementals, a good early kind of board maintenance tool if you can get that down early. Warrior, of course, you have powerful removal with Shield Slam and Execute, and Nazath to bring back a bunch of things like Sylvanas and Sludge Belcher to help you kind of get that final push to survive once you reach 10 mana. And finally, if you're looking for a budget deck to beat her with, basic and common cards only, again, you just can't go wrong with Priest. Lots of common cards which are very effective heals. You have Circular Healing, Binding Heal, Flash Heal. You can all apply those straight to your dragon and do 30 damage to face. Otherwise, we just have board maintenance tools. We talked about how Northshire Cleric is great for drawing extra Acolyte of Pain. You can heal with your hero power, even after it's put to 1 health. And when she does damage to it, you actually draw from that process. So this draws you a ton. You have your Earthen Ring Farseers to give you another way, together with your hero power, to get in the damage from your dragon. Darkshire Alchemists. You're not missing that much that you actually need from the full-on, kind of full non-budget priest deck. Just lots of healing tools let you take Lady Deathwhisper out with her own dragon. Good luck out there. It's a relatively easy one if you take it on with priest. If you haven't already done it, may as well get the win. See you next time.